Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, the IFP has accepted a DA invite to discuss its moonshot pact. The party is calling on like-minded organizations to join it in stopping the ANC and EFF in next year's elections. The IFP says the acceptance does not mean entry into any coalition agreements. The party is also warning the Democratic Alliance of adopting a big brother attitude, which it has previously been accused of. Let's discuss this now with political analyst Mr. Bheki Mngomezulu. Mr. Mngomezulu, good morning and thank you very much for your time. So it seems the moonshot pact is picking up pace now. The IFP will form part of this discussions. What are we honestly witnessing here? Is this perhaps the most serious effort ever to remove the ANC from the union buildings?
Good morning, Pondo, and good morning to your viewers. Yes, obviously, all political parties have their eyes geared towards the 2024 general election. And they've also come to the realization that prospects of not getting a single party winning an outright majority is becoming a reality. So in preparation for that eventuality, political parties are now coming together to find ways in which they can then find each other before the election with the sole intention of removing the ANC. But I think that if their main focus is to remove the ANC, they are missing the point. But if their intention is to take this country forward, and then they find the like-minded political parties to come together before an election, then they're on the right course. Right
but
now,
it goes without saying, or at least some of them would say, apologies for interjecting, some of them would say that it goes without saying that their desire to remove the ANC is for them to take the country where the ANC has failed to take it. So some of them could easily state that they really do want to take the country forward in their quest to remove the African National Congress.
No, that's not the truth. That's not the truth. The reality of the matter is they want to remove the ANC and then enjoy power. But they also realize that there is no single party, at least for now, there is no single party that can remove the ANC single-handedly. The DA is the official opposition, but it doesn't have footprints nationally. The EFF stands even a better position given the fact that even though it is a young party, but it has footprints nationally. So it means that in a few years to come, the EFF might in fact become the official opposition. The disadvantage of the DA is that at the moment, indeed, it is the official opposition because of the numbers that it has gained, but it has failed to make its presence felt in all provinces, which then diminishes its chances of replacing the ANC single-handedly. It is in that context then that they want to bring together other political parties to assist it in terms of removing the ANC. So the main agenda is to remove the ANC and not necessarily to save the country. Of course, these are politicians, so they will tell you that whatever they are doing is meant to take South Africans to the promised land. But once they get the power that they want to get through coalitions, then we'll see a different story altogether. But indeed, the intention is to remove the ANC.
Now, in their statement, the IFP cautioned against what they term as being some sort of big brother conduct. Is this warning legitimate? Do you get a sense of some sort of big brother posture that the DA has taken on?
No, the IFP is right. And in fact, what the IFP is saying can be easily authenticated. We have seen what has been happening at Nelson Mandela Bay, what has been happening in Gauteng, in all the three metros, that is Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Ekurhuleni. The DA got those municipalities not because it enjoyed a larger support, but because it put together smaller parties and formed a coalition. But having formed that coalition, the DA forgot that it didn't want those municipalities, so it played the big brother figure to the extent that in some of these municipalities, the DA is now losing power, like we saw happening, for instance, in Johannesburg. We saw happening also in Ekurhuleni. So they are still safe in Tshwane, but the question is for how long? So this big brother status is indeed a concern. So the IFP's concern is a genuine one.
Now, there was also concern around the DA announcing who the enemies are already, when some might think perhaps that would have been a pronouncement that is made post the elections, that if you're still going to the polls, you don't want to be somebody that already states that the EFF is now among your enemies.
No, that is a political mistake. You don't do that. You're absolutely right. In fact, if you know that you don't have the numbers, you must be open to discuss with other political parties that are likely to assist you achieve your goal. In this case, the DA wants to replace the ANC. But as I said earlier on, it can't do it alone. It will need other political parties. And in fact, if you form a coalition, it doesn't mean that you will only have parties that read from the same script as you do. In some instances, you may find yourself going into bed with a party that you don't like, but because circumstances dictate, you may be forced to work with that political party. The EFF is one of those political parties. In the past, the EFF has assisted the DA in achieving its goal, but then afterwards, the DA did not behave as though it was leading the coalition. It behaved as if it had won the election with an outright majority. And that is why then the DA is now saying that the EFF is enemy number one, which is a political blunder. Because if crunch time comes and the EFF is the only party that can assist the DA achieve this goal, how is the DA going to go to the EFF and bow down and say, we are sorry, we made the wrong and reckless statements? So it's a political mistake. They're not supposed to make such statements.
So now with so many red flags that you're already picking up, do you see that ascension to the union buildings actually happening?
Of the DA, you mean?
Yes.
No, the DA will only go to the union buildings through a coalition. It will never replace the ANC. And I'm saying this not because I hate the DA, I'm just stating a fact. The DA, as I say, it has a large support in the Western Cape. It has some support in Gauteng. It has some support in the Northern Cape and some support in certain parts of the urban areas of KZN. And that's it. It doesn't enjoy national support. And for as long as you don't enjoy national support, you will never replace the ANC. That is a fact. And I'm saying this knowing for sure that at the moment, the DA is indeed the official opposition. And the numbers of the DA have been going down, as well as the numbers of the ANC have been going down. On the other hand, the EFF, the IFP, and Freedom Front Plus are the three parties that have been increasing in each and every election. But Freedom Front Plus also doesn't have numbers. They have a few. They've been rising, but not rising enough to replace any political party. It's only the EFF that stands that chance if it keeps the momentum. As for the DA, it will only be able to replace the ANC through a coalition. That one, you can ask me in 2024, I will repeat the same statement.